I often feel peaceful in a peaceful environment, but this is not the only way to experience peace. A lot of times it's easy to think that I need to have the environment peaceful in order for me to be peaceful. But inner peace doesn't actually depend on peace in the world. It's an unusual thing to think about. So the way we're built, our eyes are directed outward. So no wonder we think everything must be in order in the outside world in order for us to relax. It's what we see. Order in the outside world does bring peace, but it's temporary peace. It's a peace that depends on situations and circumstances. And the world's always changing. So it's not a very solid basis for peace. As my grandmother used to say, you're leaning on a weak stick. Turbulence, injustice, war, meanness, loss, and every other form of disruption occur frequently in this world. How can inner peace be found and maintained in such a world? It's only lack of awareness that keeps me dependent. When I'm not aware of how much I influence my own experience, I see the world as the cause of my suffering. When I see problems in the world today on a global level or on a personal level, I can be quickly brought to a place where I feel powerless, sad, angry, or fearful. Basically, I'm dependent on my world, and if it isn't perfect, I'm in trouble. In this state of mind, I believe that my peace depends on everyone getting along, on kindness and goodness dominating everywhere. I dream of heaven, but I'm not able to be free on earth. But as my awareness grows, uh, by looking inwardly, I notice that it's often actually up to me how I see the world. It's possible to see even great tragedy with an open, peaceful mind. And there have been so many cases of this throughout history, famous cases of people in terrible situations that were acting and experiencing, according to their own experiences, a very a very calm, peaceful experience on the inside. So the secret lies in looking for this kind of perspective. If I do nothing, then my semi-aware mind will always naturally focus on the problems that surround me in the world in which I live. But if I direct my mind inwardly, at least from time to time, this point of view can change dramatically. This is what I love about doing the work of Byron Katie as a meditation practice. It invites me to connect my inner and outer worlds. It feels like a bridge between those two. And it starts with the outward focus. So that's where I'm already looking at what's wrong in the world, what's causing me this lack of peace. And then I identify what those things are. And then the work of Byron Katie directs me to explore the unknown of my inner self. And it does this by asking me to question what I believe about my world. So I start with my world, I find the beliefs about my world, and then I begin to question those beliefs, and it turns me inward without even hardly knowing that I'm doing that, because I'm asking myself these questions. This process of asking myself if there's another way to see my outer world often leads to the discovery of new perspectives that are actually not stressful at all. The world can be at war. People can reject me. My health can suffer. But when I go through this process of questioning myself, questioning my thoughts, I often find that my peace can coexist with the drama of my life. This feels like peace. For me, this is a more real kind of peace, a peace that comes with freedom from dependency on outer life. This is the antidote to fear, knowing that no matter what is happening, I can still find a perspective that feels gentle to me. and it feels empowering. It's like the opposite of feeling powerless. There's a knowingness that I can find something, find a way of seeing things that's not so stressful. From this perspective, inner peace does not depend on peace in the world, nor does it depend on peace in my family. It does not even depend on peace in my emotions. And this is a radical idea. I've even experienced where I've been feeling anger or shame or sadness inside of myself, and yet a kind of peace and understanding coexisting deeper within. So, even on the emotional level, peace can coexist with negativity. In theory, I could be sick or I could even die. But from this point of view, inner peace does not even depend on being alive. This is the gift of the work of Byron Katie. When I do it, I become accustomed to touching that part in my depths where there truly never can be a problem. From there, I can do my part to make the world a better place with no dependence on it even getting better. So this is a freedom. It feels like love. It feels like peace. It feels like freedom because I'm not depending on the world to be better in order for me to be okay. And when I'm coming from a place of fullness, from a place where I am okay, I have a lot more to give to whatever troubles there may be in the world. And of course, when I get overwhelmed again and lose that peaceful place within myself, I have the work to redirect me back again. It's such a gift. Join us for the Work 101. Would you like to make the work your meditation practice? Join us for the Work 101 online course, and you'll start looking at your world and what's not right about it for you, and then you'll look for new ways of seeing it. If you're interested in this kind of exploration, then this this process of doing the work can be amazing. And this course is designed just with that in mind, to give you as much experience to to dive into this kind of work so that you can really start seeing things in new ways. So I'll end with a quote from Byron Katie, and this is from her book, A Thousand Names for Joy, which is a wonderful book. I love this book. As you inquire into your own thoughts, you discover how attachment to a belief or story causes suffering. The mind's natural condition is peace. Then a thought enters. You believe it, and the peace seems to disappear. You notice the feeling of stress in the moment, and the feeling lets you know that you're opposing what is by believing the thought. It tells you that you're at war with reality. When you question the thought behind the feeling and realize that it isn't true, you become present outside your story. Then the story falls away in the light of awareness, and only the awareness of what really is remains. Peace is who you are without a story until the next story appears.